Hey, it's Harry Tess here, and ever since I was little, I have not been able to shut up about anime. So I just want to first thank everyone that's here watching this. Maybe you're an anime watcher and you're triggered by the title. A self-proclaimed professional guide to watching something along those lines, and I understand why that bothers you. But look, let's just be open-minded. Tear me apart in the comments. Maybe you finally have broken down and you're looking for a guide on how to get into this. If you pay attention to these little tips that I'm going to give you, I'm going to put you into the best place to where you can be a successful anime fan that's not cringe. How can I be so bold to dedicate an entire video to my personal process on how to consume a globally known form of media? I've been watching anime since middle school. I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Can't say that I'm a professional, but I have been doing this for a long time. I think I know what works. We'll get right into it. Step 1. Headphones. So headphones are the easiest way to dive into anime head first. Take into the account of just the immersive experience that is when you listen to anything with headphones. Do you enjoy music more when you listen to it on headphones? Do you like listening to it out of your old TV? Another reason why I suggest headphones is because I always like to consider the amount of effort and work and feeling that went into the production. There's one very specifically that's kind of recent, did a phenomenal job of the sound effects. When I heard them through the TV, it just sounded like that's not how it was meant to be heard. Put some headphones on and I was like, wow, whoever was in the studio doing this mix really put the work in. I really sat back and like appreciated the work that that person did. I took a minute and stopped and thought about it. I found a video of a guy who talks specifically about the sound production in this show and how incredible it is. And I'll throw a link up so you can check it out if you want. But here's a short clip from it. The last thing having to do with the headphones is just it limits you from distractions. Tip 2, put the phone away. Just get rid of it. You see it? Do you see it? Just get rid of it. On the topic of the phones, I find myself, it's hard to put the thing down sometimes. And I feel like we can all be a little bit more conscious about that. Not just in watching anime, but in anything that we do. Be it going to coffee with a friend, watching One Piece, being on a date, myself included. We would all find more value in being present for whatever it is we're present for. People around us would appreciate it. You would find more value in your relationships and ongoings and whatever you participate in. If being focused on what's in hand, it always works out better. And when, especially when I think about the people who put the work in, like they every single frame counts. Your greatest enemy in being able to enjoy anime is looking away for 1 second and missing something that matters. You don't have to binge, you don't have to watch for 6 hours, but if you're going to watch an episode, just put the phone down. One last thing about the phone. I have found it completely impossible to stare at my phone and read subtitles at the same time, which brings me to my next tip. Tip 3, subs greater than dubs. Subs. But this could be a really long rant. I could really make some enemies on this one. I believe that anime is best enjoyed in its native language. I've seen dub and not all of them are bad. I'm not saying that all of them are bad. Some of them are good. But in my mind, they're imitations of the real thing. I put it on the same level as calling fettuccine alfredo from Olive Garden Italian. It's not. Or orange chicken from Panda Express, authentic Chinese cuisine.
Orange chicken is not real Chinese food. My mom calls it like the food that fools Americans.
All of the cultural appropriation jokes aside, I just feel it's a disservice to the source material to alter it in any way, shape, or form. Most of the time, it just ends up being an imitation. It just doesn't feel as authentic to me, and it's nothing against the voice actors. I'm not saying that they don't work hard and they're not passionate, but when it comes to my guide for watching anime, this is how we do it. We watch it in Japanese, English subtitled. Personally, I don't speak many languages fluently, but I think that we could all agree that not everything translates correctly. There's tons of aspects and nuances of the Japanese language that are specifically addressed in the subtitled versions that adds tons of context to relationship dynamics and other things having to do with the actual story. They are left out of the English dubs. When they're not, they're super cringy, and the English, like when the English voice actors use honorifics, it just doesn't make for a good combination. So here's a really well-known example of how something was lost in translation and people just ran with it.
Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it.
That first clip was the English dub, and you see Naruto pretty much after he says anything, he follows it with believe it, 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 believe what? Believe this. Debayo, 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 debayo. Right? Debayo does not mean believe it in Japanese. Believe that. It's an acknowledgement. It's a part of the Japanese language. It comes from daio, which is something where it's acknowledging the thing that they just said. It's not believe it. It's something entirely different. You know what Naruto believes. He wants to be Hokage. It's the only thing that matters to him. That's really it. Like, it's not even that complex. Headphones, put the phone away and watch it. Watch the subtitled version. That's my guide. This is just my guide to you on how to get your foot in the door. And something that you probably might be aware of, maybe not, but there's levels to this shit. There's some people who take it really extreme, and it's body pillows and and then it gets weird. And then there's the other side of the spectrum where it's just like they're so put off by the fact that those people exist that they won't even give it a shot. That shouldn't stop you from giving this incredible medium of storytelling a fair shot. And my guide will keep you on the track to not going either one of those ways. What I want you to do is find something that you enjoy and become a fan. And we can talk about it because I watch everything. Now you're ready to watch. In my next video, I'm going to give you what my #1 entry-level anime pick is currently airing and why you should watch it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. See you next time.